and this is the old one. My very slight concern here is the wiring. So there's a connector that goes into there, so I think that has to be the output. And then we've got white and red. Now I can't remember. There it is. Oh look, it's got some old coolant in it, that's good. That's good, that would have kept it clean. So now red and white, there's only really two options I've got here. It's red onto this or white onto that. So funny enough, the red would, I think this would clip into there. I don't know why the white is on a separate loop here. So I'm gonna have to chop this, the white and the red, wire to here, the white and green, and just test it really. That's all we can do at this stage, just test it. So I'm gonna put this back on, couple of bolts, we don't need all of them at this stage, hook it to the battery, and we'll know if we've got spark or not. It's quite exciting really. Alright guys, stator's on and wired up to what I think might be right. We've got power. You'll hear it, you'll see spark if it's working. I need to test the side stand switch, and I need to test the cut-off switch in all directions before I consider it not working, you see. So side stand that's good news. that was spark. That was spark. Ah.
Great spark. Check it with the tongue.
That's basically what I just did. That really hurt.
Show me one more time.
Here, come and hold it. I swear I was holding the boot. I'm too scared to touch it now. Where's it gone? Danny, grab that for me. No, I'm joking. I swear I was holding the boot. Oh, that really hurt. Look, can you hear it? I've got spark. Ah!
You know what it is? It pings back. It sends a little static shock towards the washer.
Ah!
Try again.
No, it hurts. I definitely got spark there, guys. That really hurts.
Put your hairs up in your head.
You should. We've put good coolant in the CBR now. Oh, that really hurts. That's just powerful, you know. That's good news though, guys. Really, there's a spark there. I'm going to. What have I got? I've got no spare fuel. Have I? Have I? No. I'm going to. It's in there. It's in there.
Oh, is it?
It's in the tank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used it. I put it in this morning. So I'll use some spray. That's what I'll do. Let's see if we can hear this bike. Let me put the plug in and see if we can hear something. There you go. Watch. That's going to start. There you go. Also, brake cleaner is cheaper than petrol. You just spray it down there on the motorway, Dan. I think that's it. That is a working, running engine. The bike's ready. It's ready for sale. That's great news, guys. That means with a decent carb clean, blah blah blah, all of that, that will be a good running bike. Definitely, actually. We're just going to circulate the new coolant on here, let it get up to temperature. That's fine. We're not too worried about the CBR anymore because it's functioning quite well. It's a bit revvy. It's kind of revving itself a touch, but I do think it needs to be out there and have a good run, and so on. And Danny's messing with his bike when he doesn't need to.
The next day.
Hi guys. So the WK you saw yesterday, well, I filmed it yesterday, I don't know when you actually saw it. Lots of comments online, some people saying don't bother, some people saying, you know, continue. We got spark, so a lot of the hard part is done. Actually, it's never going to be a pretty bike, it looks like crap, but there's spark, the hard part is done. All of that wiring there can be neatened up now, taped together, neatened up, pull out the way, blah blah blah. The carb won't work properly at this stage because the choke isn't functioning. In that box, hopefully there is a little piece of, it will be copper or something, and it goes in at the bottom of the choke, and that's what's pulling up and down when you when you're warming it up. Other things I'm not sure about is the clutch. If you look here, the clutch wire is completely, look. Now it does seat in there. Well, actually, does it? It's actually missing its screw, isn't it? There should be a screw in there. So that will probably be okay looking at it now. I thought it sat in there, but... Oh, does it? No, it goes through. So there should be a little housing there, but to be fair, I can fabricate one or buy one. That's manageable. So I think it will have a clutch. The other thing you can do, guys, is you can buy a brand new one of these. I might even have one actually. In fact, I think I do. Just a cable-driven one. So I think it will have a clutch. We know it starts and rides. We know that this carb is probably not great. You can get a CG carb for 11 or 12 quid, guys. That would probably be my route at this stage. I wouldn't mess around too much. Although if I can find that little piece in there, giving this a clean out would be quite cool, I guess, just to kind of keep its originality at this stage. I couldn't get the airbox off yesterday, but I probably need to, unless I can get the carb kind of out here. Might be able to. Everything's kind of loose. Look, see, I shouldn't have been able to have done that. So everything's a bit loose and unfitting. But ultimately, a functioning engine is a good start. I don't know if this has an oil window. It doesn't appear to. It's probably going to be a dipstick. I only ran it for them few seconds yesterday because that was the first time it started up. It has oil in there, which is good. I will of course be dropping the oil and starting fresh if at any point this turns into a functioning bike. I'm just here because I'm here for an hour anyway. I'm waiting for Ryan. He's bringing the GRS back for me just to do a couple of little bits to it. One is that the valve cover may still have a bit of an oil leak, but it being the valve cover, it's easy. The actual engine's not, so no huge issues there. And I think I know where it's coming from. But while I'm here waiting, I'm gonna kind of just do silly little bits on this, like put a rag over it, see if I can get the front wheel functioning, as in see if I can get the spacings on it, see if I have the spacings, see if I can get this exhaust bolted somehow. I just want to kind of play with it really. So that's what I'm going to do for a couple of hours today, just play with this one. I'm sitting on the fly, as in it needs to sell today. I'm going away this evening, so it needs to either sell today or not. I have another bike in mind. It's not a project, it's a bike that I would be keeping. It's up in Rugby, and it's one I've wanted for a long time. It would be a second bike. It's a bit, you know, I don't need that, but it is a bike I've been wanting for a while, and it will, its value will raise, and it's kind of worth it. So you may or may not, if I'm lucky, if the bike's still available in a week and I can pull together the funds, I will be heading to Rugby to pick that bad boy up. Right, little bits and pieces on here now, which is what I should do is get all this wiring kind of nipped up now, I think, and tucked away. And we have a side panel somewhere for this, probably in the box. and a battery tray, don't we actually? Yeah, so maybe we'll get kind of some of that done. I'm going to keep dousing the chain with WD. It's worth it, it's good stuff. I'm going to put this bike on a rear stand, and then I want to get the front wheel functioning. He desperately wanted that disc on this wheel. I really don't know kind of why or what's going on, or I don't know if this fits, but maybe he was onto something. Maybe we will put, I mean, it's a nicer looking disc, maybe we will do that. Let's have a little play, we've got a couple of hours. So, for whoever's watching, the reason I'm a bit conflicted with my filming of this, guys, is because I'm offering this video to the members first. So they're seeing the build first, a few days before everyone else, in fact a week before everyone else. Only because I just want them to get something out of their £2 a month. I feel bad for them, you see. So, where am I? Members and everyone else. As always, one of the nuts rounded off, the other 3 come off, 1 rounded off, the other 4 on that wheel are fine. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why am I bothering? I like that disc is fine. I like the plainness to it for a scrambler style bike. I mean, I get that if you were going nuts, this is more appropriate, but that's fine for me. So I'm going to see if that works. As long as the caliper literally fits that disc, I'm going to be keeping it. I found the spacer I was looking for ages. I was getting frustrated because the right spacer wasn't there. And we've got a left speedo cable, a new one, that's working for the other side. So I think the wheel on this will be functional. I think it will be rolling and normal. The next step there will be to look at the brake system. There's no backup brake systems in here. So I don't know what pads they are, front or back. But yeah, braking system. Now I've seen these brake in the reservoirs before. I don't think they actually hold any. I don't think anything will come out of there. I think everything is sealed. I'm not really fully sure how it works. I think this will function. Obviously I'm going to change it, but I think this might function as a basic cylinder for now, as a basic, yeah, master cylinder for now. But of course I'll be getting a new one, and probably new brake and clutch lever for this eventually. But I just kind of, for today, want to get the front wheel on and functioning, basically, and rolling around. So that's the next step. Finding that spacer was great. That was actually extremely helpful. That was good news. And even the speedo cable there will be functioning, because the one coming from here has been bent in the wheel, and I mean, look. So it was needed. Again, I don't know why they just didn't take it off. Make their lives easier, you know, take it off. I mean, I would have done, if I was that mechanics, I would have done some of the bits Ryan asked anyway. I would have swapped the front wheels over, I would have done them bits and pieces. I would have put it together, put the new clocks on, I would have made it look nice. Rather than, well, exactly what they've done, which is the opposite. So front wheel's on and spaced, and it looks like the caliper will fit and work. Also the speedo cable will work. This has been sitting a while. This is the time to clean it, open it up, put it back on. Lots of brake cleaner on here, and put it back on. And I mean, like I said, it might still be a sealed unit for now. It might actually hold fluid and work for now. Obviously that's not the long-term solution. All I'm really doing here, guys, is taking the parts out of the box and putting them on so that we can really ascertain what we've got. That's all I'm really doing at this stage. I'm going to remove the EGR valve as I normally would. I'm going to take it off, put a blanking plate underneath, get rid of all of this, block that, block the air box there. We don't need it. We don't need it. Get rid of it. It's something else that could go wrong in the future. The suction pipe can be blocked off there, of course, although this one has some sort of secondary suction pipe on the actual carb. I'm not sure why. This definitely doesn't have a suction fuel tank. It has a free flow fuel tank, unless I'm really wrong, but I'm not. But the new CG carb actually doesn't, to be fair. It's a manual choke and it's got its one feed, so that's fine. You would just kind of deal with that, block it off as and when you would. The coil's on and fixed. That's the new coil now. That's staying there. That's done and dusted. So that can all be kind of, that will just kind of go there anyway, won't it? Oh, spark plug's not nipped down. Wow, it would have ran better yesterday if it was. I'll nip that down in a bit and we'll... God, it was nowhere near down. How did that even start? Right, so front wheel, let me get the front brake on. I think that makes sense at this stage. Make sure the disc is okay. And then it feels a bit silly, really. I didn't find that little piece. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, I'm not literally going to be able to show you, but I can show you that there should be something on the end of here. And it's not in the box. I'll have another look just in case. So there's a little cable in here, and it should lift and drop something in there. Can I get in there? I'm not sure. Okay, there you go. It should lift and drop something in there. What that looks like in the past, it would be a brassy looking thing. I mean, it's tiny. It'd be a little kind of brass, almost like a Lego man head, like a fat bit with a thin bit on the end. But I mean, it's small, you know. It's not easily. I mean, I will have a good look. To be fair, up until now, every other part that I've needed so far was in here. They had put it all back in, or Ryan had left it in here. But I think that one piece is a goner. Also, with a box like this, you know, it can go underneath and stuff, can't it? Alright, well, I mean, look, a new carb's 15 quid. I'll order a new carb while I'm away. Saves me so much hassle messing with that one anyway and cleaning it. That one can go in the bin. Right, front wheel, caliper, get it cleaned up, get it on. See if we can seal the deal with that one. Look at that. That's Pepsi Max eating at Rust.
What are you doing?
Look at the bubbles.